One common misconception that I still see in the Naruto fandom is that there are people who incorrectly believe that Naruto and Sasuke lost their chakra seals at one specific moment, and more importantly, they believe that the chakra seals are needed to access certain powers, when in reality, both of these instances, fans they have it wrong because they have overlooked a few massive details. Join me in today's newest Naruto Explained video where we're going to clear up some of the biggest misconceptions regarding Naruto and Sasuke's chakra seals, including but not just limited to when they lost the chakra seals, what the functions of them are, and why a few viral posts on social media throughout the years have led to this becoming one of the biggest sources of misinformation in the entire Naruto community. So if I had $1 for every time I heard someone say, or I read a comment, or someone shared a post of people declaring that Naruto and Sasuke lost their chakra seals during the battle at the Valley of the End, I retired decades early and I would move to Hawaii to live my best life. If you've been in the community long enough, you've probably seen people state this as well. So if the belief is that Naruto and Sasuke lost their chakra seals when they blew off their arms in that fated Chidori versus Rasengan clash, if that is wrong, then when exactly did Naruto and Sasuke lose their chakra seals? Well, if we hop in our time machines and we go back to 2014, when the Naruto and Sasuke versus Kaguya battle had ended, specifically at the end of volume 71 at Naruto chapter 689. During this time, when Naruto and Sasuke were attempting to seal Kaguya, you see both of them with their hands outstretched, and the manga makes it a point to show Naruto with the sun seal and Sasuke with the moon seal as they are reaching out at Kaguya in an attempt to seal her away. As we all know, Sakura will be teleported above Kaguya. She would shatter her horn, hitting her hard enough to allow Naruto and Sasuke to seal Kaguya away. Well, as we just said, the seal is on both of their hands in that very moment. However, that's exactly when the seal begins to go away. But a lot of fans, they overlook this. In the very next chapter, Naruto chapter 690, as Naruto and Sasuke are touching Kaguya, we see the seals appear on the figure around them, and as the 6th pass Chibaku Tensei is being completed, forcibly extracting Kaguya's chakra to absolute zero, Naruto and Sasuke's hands are then shown as they are being removed from Kaguya. But what do you see there? There is no longer a sun and a moon seal on either Naruto or Sasuke. On the very next page, Hagoromo, the Sage of Six Paths, is shown startled suddenly, evident by the exclamation point on the manga page, and the seals they have now been returned back to his hands, which is why he promptly says it is time to bring Naruto and Sasuke back together. If we go back to earlier in the exact same manga volume, when Hagoromo was asked by the Edo Tensei Hokage to teleport them to where Naruto and Sasuke were so they could assist in battling Kaguya, Hagoromo specifically said that they couldn't do it because all of his chakra had been given away. It was given away inside of those chakra seals. This is backed up even further in Naruto volume 70 in chapter 679, where we see Kaguya specifically cut on her Byakugan, and she sees a massive surge of chakra that exists separate of Naruto and Sasuke's own chakra pathway system, to a point where there are massive circles of chakra around their hands that Hagoromo specifically bestowed upon them, the 6 pass chakra seals. That was Hagoromo's chakra. That's why it is separate of their own chakra network. These seals were always meant to be temporary powers. Hagoromo was always going to take back the seals at the moment Kaguya was defeated. But that brings me to the next point, which is for over 10 years and still counting, people are still of the belief that the chakra seals, they are needed to utilize the 3 different power-ups that Naruto and Sasuke got in Naruto volume 70, which are independent of Hagoromo's 6 path seals. And if you hear me say 3 separate power-ups and you don't know what I'm referring to, then this next part of the video is for you. So how many times have you ever heard or said yourself or heard someone say or read in a post where someone said that the seals are needed to use the following powers: 6 pass Sage Mode, 6 pass Power, and then turn around and say it's unfair that Sasuke kept his Rinnegan but Naruto lost 6 pass Sage Mode that Hagoromo gave to him? I'd be willing to wager you've probably seen it more times than you can count. You might have even said it yourself, but this is incorrect, and it's an incorrect belief that comes from confusion born of Kishimoto deciding to give Naruto and Sasuke multiple powers at the same time, expecting fans to understand the difference between each power upon the first read of the series, but instead, due to everything being given all at once, people just link everything all together. Each of these powers are 3 separate powers, and none of them require the chakra seals. 6-Path Sage Mode is its own power. 6-Path Power is its own power. The Rinnegan is its own power. Each of these have a different requirement to obtain them, and each of these do not require the chakra seals. That is why you saw Naruto versus Sasuke in volume 71 occur, where Naruto is hovering in the air, Sasuke is using the Rinnegan, and Naruto is using the combination of 6-Path Sage Mode and 6-Path Power simultaneously. They already had their chakra seals taken by that point in the story, and if you read the manga closely, in the build-up to their fight, Kishimoto makes it clear this was not a mistake to remove the seals when Kaguya was defeated, because we see each of them at various points in the story with their palms up right before the fight and during the fight, specifically where their seals should be, but there's no seal in sight. Sasuke's Rinnegan is acquired by one of 2 ways, assuming you aren't an Otsutsuki. You either do what Madara did, which is mix the chakra of Ashura and Indra together, but doing so results in you having to wait decades to awaken the eye, which is what Madara did when he was forced to wait between the time he fought Hashirama and he implanted the Rinnegan into Nagato during the Second Ninja War. The other method is what you do according to the 4th Naruto databook, and it's what is confirmed happened to Sasuke, which is that the Rinnegan is directly given to you by Hagoromo, which the databook calls it a power Hagoromo entrusted to Sasuke. Sasuke was pumped up full of Hashirama cells prior to this, but he didn't awaken the Rinnegan right away under those circumstances because he didn't wait 3 decades. Instead, he got it like 3 minutes later. Moving on to Naruto, the person who I call the root of the biggest source of confusion for this entire situation. It becomes even more to unpack here. So, as I said earlier, 6-Path Sage Mode and 6-Path Power, in the Naruto continuity of the story, they are 2 different powers. 6-Path Sage Mode is a power that Hagoromo directly gave to Naruto. This is the form that Naruto used when he kicked away the truth-seeking orb to save Might Guy and briefly fought against Madara in that fight where he threw the lava-released Rasen Shuriken to slice the God Tree. As you recall, there were no chakra forms being used in that fight. It's just 6-Path Sage Mode. This form is identified by the following traits: toad slats and fox slits, but 0 orange pigment rings that stretch above the eyebrow to the top corners of the head. It is not truth-seeking orbs. That is not the identifying factor. It is not the chakra cloak. That is not the identifying factor. This is 6-Path Sage Mode. Now, confusion comes from people saying, wait a minute, when Naruto confronted Nagato in the Pain arc and Kurama gave Naruto chakra while he was in Sage Mode, Naruto had toad slats and fox slits, but if you look at that closely, when Naruto confronted Nagato, Naruto had the toad pigment rings, which is consistent with Sage Mode. Even when Kurama decides to work with Naruto and Naruto infuses Sage Mode with Kurama Mode, Naruto still has the orange pigment rings. 6-Path Sage Mode, on the other hand, has 0 pigment rings, and the reason for it is that this is a power that a person, they just can't get by doing push-ups and sit-ups and drinking plenty of juice. A person does have to train their body and refine their chakra to extremely high degrees, but it is ultimately a power you don't get just because you train super hard. It is a power that directly chooses the user as a reward for what the 4th Naruto databook calls overcoming severe obstacles, having the guts to never give up and endure in order to achieve Samsara and Destiny's guidance. It is a power that bypasses the limits of normal Sage Mode altogether because it gives the user control over all nature energy in the area, and it is a quote, a divine state gifted from the ancestor shinobi, end quote, which is the Sage of 6 Paths himself. With normal Sage Mode, you can only draw in as much nature energy as you have chakra. It has to be a perfect 50-50 balance. Too much chakra and you run the risk of turning into a toad, and too little chakra and you can't maintain it for long or at all. With 6-Path Sage Mode, the user can bypass these limits and draw in all available nature energy in the area without needing to match their own chakra levels to it. This form can be combined with the chakra cloak, which is what Naruto mostly does when he uses it, because it is an additional buff and power, which brings me to the 4th Naruto databook calling 6-Path Power its own separate power, and this happens to be another state of confusion that people tend to look for truth-seeking orbs to identify identify it when they say someone's using 6-pass Sage Mode, which is not accurate. So 6-pass power is not given to you by Hagoromo. 6-pass power is a power that a person gets by being a 10 Tails Jinchuriki. This is not to be confused with having 6-pass Chakra, which is what Sasuke had. Madara had 6-pass power. Obito had 6-pass power. Naruto had 6-pass power. They each are a 10 Tails Jinchuriki, but Naruto is the only one who had 6-pass Sage Mode. Madara is written in the manga as referring to this as being Senjutsu of the 6-pass. But again, these are two different powers according to the official source material for volumes 44 through 72. 6-pass power is how you get things like flight and truth-seeking orbs and using all of the properties of all 9 Biju chakra. For reasons never disclosed, though you can likely draw the straight line correlation to, Madara and Obito maintained their pseudo-Otsutsuki appearance because they had the husk of the 10 Tails inside of them, whereas Naruto isn't fully in this form until he uses Kurama's chakra cloak to simultaneously infuse all 9 Biju chakra together. Truth-seeking orbs, they are not the best indicator for this form. Naruto uses 6-pass power in Boruto, especially when he fights Delta and uses the lava release Rasen Shuriken. The reason why this is not the best indicator is because only Otsutsuki can create new truth-seeking orbs. Naruto, Obito, and Madara in the manga, when each of the truth-seeking orbs are destroyed, the orbs are gone. Naruto Shippuden in the broadcast version makes an animation mistake and has Obito regenerate a destroyed truth-seeking orb, but this is corrected in the Blu-ray. For Naruto, Hagoromo's chakra seal, it strengthened his powers, both 6-pass Sage Mode and 6-pass power. The same is true for Sasuke. His Rinnegan is amped up as a result. Think of the seals as being a supercharger placed on top of a V8 engine in a car. The car still is a powerful engine on its own, but the supercharger placed on top of the engine just produces an absurd amount of extra power the engine is not capable of producing on its own. That is what Hagoromo's chakra seals did for Naruto and Sasuke. That is the same thing that Naruto does when he uses 6-pass Sage Mode and 6-pass power simultaneously together, which again, the eyes are the tell here. Toad slats, fox slits, no pigment rings around the eyes. After getting both halves of Kurama after the war, Naruto's chakra modes, they do change aesthetically in color and design, which we'll touch on in another video because it's more than just a marketing grab to sell more merchandise. But until that video is uploaded, click here to watch more content from Naruto Explained, or click here to watch this video from my Anime Explained channel where I discuss non-Naruto content.